Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into day 2 of the transfer window and things are popping off already. There's tons to cover. We knew this was going to happen and trust me, I will keep you guys posted with all of my opinions on everything that is happening day by day. More times than not, twice a day. So make sure you guys are here for the video later on as we wrap up the day overall and see what's going to happen from now until later. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And on top of that, smash the like button if you do enjoy this video. Now, let's get cracking. We're not going to hesitate. We're not going to wait. Let's get started with the latest on the centre-back situation at Chelsea. Tons to cover later, but let's begin with this, starting off with the latest from Fabrizio Romano. Another Chelsea story doing the rounds involves new centre-backs, with both Jean-Claire Todibo and Ousmane Diomande being linked. I'm told there's just some scouting activity, nothing concrete for either of those players yet. There are no talks or negotiations for Diomande so far. Todibo has also been watched, but there's no contact or negotiations as of now. It's still early, so let's see what happens in the next weeks. I mean, I got for Fabrizio, that's kind of the most generic sort of thing he could possibly say. You know, let's see what happens in the next weeks. Well, we're going to have to because the window shuts on the 31st. We don't have all summer. This is a January window. It's 1 month long. So we will find out in the next few weeks, which is basically 2 or 3 max, before the window shuts. So that's basically him saying that, oh yeah, there's a contract, there's maybe some interest, but I don't really know what's going on. With Fabrizio saying this, look, I think it's pretty clear, like I said yesterday. With Todibo, no chance. Just read them between the lines, man. He plays for Nice, and Man United want him. You add 2 and 2 together, what do you get? It's not going to be 5, it's going to be 4. That's basically Todibo playing for Nice with plus Manchester United interest equals Todibo to Man United. Why? Because the one writing out the equation is Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So you can't compete. You know, imagine having both clubs and going, I want to move this player from this club to this club. And no one else is welcome. It's very easy. So that is that. I think with Todibo, not happening. Diomande, I think, could actually be legit interest, but I'll be honest, man. I don't want to replace experimental or compensate for experimental with more experimental. Do you know what I mean? Diomande looks good for his age and for where he is right now, yes, but I don't need might and ifs and maybes. I need certainty. I need a central defender that's going to come in and replace Thiago Silva. Yeah? Proper. A proper, experienced centre-back who's got pedigree. Can we get one? One. And then the rest are all going to be based around. Not a problem, but we need one. Because if Thiago Silva leaves and we don't actually get proper experience in, we're going to have an even more open and exposed defence. You best believe. So, like I said, Chelsea have an opportunity this window to right their wrongs, to correct what was done in the past. Let's hope. Louis Beneventi, for those that remember 100% Chelsea, shout out to the OGs. Good mate of mine, Louis Beneventi, put this out. I'm going to show you and then we'll analyse. Check this out. So just done a cracking show with At The Score 01 to open up the transfer window, and Simon Phillips dropped by to make me dream. Talking about Marc Guehi, Max Kilman linked with Chelsea, Osimhen and Tony, Michael Olise, Alphonso Davies. Wow, big fan of these ones. Listen, the Marc Guehi links we've heard before. Max Kilman I've not heard up until today. Right, so obviously Max Kilman, Wolverhampton. Some might be happy with that, some might not be happy with that, but anyway. Osimhen and Tony, we know the situation with that. Michael Olise, apparently, if Madueke were to go, Olise could be the one that we are linked with and interested in bringing. There's been nothing concrete there. He has just signed a new deal at Crystal Palace. It would take an arm and a leg to get him to Chelsea. Much harder than it was before he signed the contract. So realistically, I don't see this happening. Although, right now, I am hesitant with letting Madueke go. And I know in the past I've said he reminds me of Hudson-Odoi, and he still does to an extent, but it's only fair that after a little run that he's had after 2 games, where he's looking more confident, he has delivered twice in a row, it's only fair you give him more games. And if we just ship him off now, you know, if we were to replace him with Michael Olise, I got to be honest, I can't complain too much on that one. But I just don't think Olise is happening in the same window where we are looking to get in, if we do, get in other top quality as well. It's very hard to pull off in January, and if we were to do that, then fair play. But Michael Olise, I would take. How much would he cost? Although, like I said, look, I got to be realistic. I'm in 2 minds here. Look, we've put ourselves in a situation where, I'm sorry, we've done bad business, or you could say half good business to an extent. We need to correct our wrong. And if it means having to spend, but this time doing it correctly, we spend and we do it correctly. Olise, for me, could honestly come in as one of those players that I would look at and think, yeah, I'll take him all day long. Absolutely. So that's Michael Olise. Alphonso Davies. I've not heard any link with Alphonso Davies, but you see Alphonso Davies, that's the sort of pedigree that I'm talking about that this team urgently needs. Yeah? Someone that's been around the block, someone that's done it, someone that's won stuff, someone that's still not old enough to be deemed as someone that's about to retire tomorrow, but someone that has bagged enough experience and has operated at the top level to know exactly what to do in certain situations and can set an example to the young lads. Alphonso Davies is someone like that. Now, albeit he's a left back, right? So, but to be honest, look, if he comes in, listen, Chilwell, Kukurea, flipping Maatsen. I'm trying to think of other left backs, even left backs that have left the club. Boy, even Lewis Hall's in trouble. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's in trouble if Alphonso Davies were to walk through the door. But do you see how much of a marquee that could be? Not necessarily marquee in terms of Mbappe, but you understand the stature. It's a needle mover to an extent. We need some of that. We need some of that. Someone that can, well, not someone, players that can come in and people look and go, no doubt whatsoever. He will deliver. Or at least be consistent. Someone who's good enough. Pedigree and experience. So let's see. Let's see. Now, talking about top targets, let's go on to the latest with Victor Osimhen and Ivan Toney. From Nizar Kinsella, Victor Osimhen and Ivan Toney are 2 forward options to have been considered by Chelsea, but are both deemed expensive and difficult to sign this month. Listen, we spoke about this yesterday, and obviously Nizar's come out today with this information, but we have spoken about this yesterday. It's more crucial for me, I think, in order to get a pre-agreement done for the summer. If this is the case, like I said, look, Ivan Toney, I think, not happening. Arsenal, I think, will eventually make a move, and when they do, they'll get him. Victor Osimhen, I think, would be easier in terms of trying to get the player to turn his head, but getting a deal done, just pre-agreement, get it done in the summer, gives you time to, get things set, get things ready, and then bring him in the summer. We might have to think about a stopgap for now in terms of a striker, because we are only left with Armando Broja right now as we speak, if we're being honest. Not Victor Osimhen, I bloody wish. Nicholas Jackson's gone off to Senegal. He's playing AFCON, so good luck to him on that aspect. Not too much, because I know Senegal will go far, but I don't want them to win it because I want Algeria to win it, so yeah. But I'm sure they'll go far, and I probably see them heading to the final, if I'm honest, because they always do, and they're so consistent. But good luck to Nicholas Jackson out there. I wish him the best. With a striker situation, though, yeah, we've only got Broja. And Nkunku, if you decide to stick him up top, which we've not done yet, but that's probably the stopgap that we might be looking at. But it's a risk because we can't have something happen to him. So let's see what happens, and I'm sure the next couple of weeks are going to be monumental in terms of addressing that situation. Let's go to the big elephant in the room. Conor Gallagher. I told you yesterday, this is going to be the main topic. This is the main event of this transfer window. Without question, it's going to be about Conor. Yeah. Let's get into the latest. Here's the latest on Conor. Conor Gallagher is expected to turn down any move away from Chelsea this month. This is always a possibility. Look, Conor is in a contract. If he doesn't want to go, he won't go. He doesn't need to go. And right now, he's got leverage over Chelsea. Why? Because Pochettino loves him and wants to play him every week. So Conor Gallagher isn't in a situation where, if he doesn't force a move, then he won't play and he's going to be shunned like Sancho is at Man United. Nah, Conor Gallagher will be the first name on the list until his contract runs out. And then he'll leave for free. So, or either that happens or Pochettino gets sacked and all of a sudden everything changes for Conor Gallagher. Right? Let's get into the latest on Poch and Gallagher and what is it that Poch apparently is asking for here. From Rahman Osman, understand Pochettino has made it clear to the board that Gallagher should not be sold. The manager wants to build the team around the core of English players and Gallagher is seen as an ideal leader in the squad. I'm half and half on this. The half that I agree with is to keep Conor Gallagher. 100%. Like I said before, and I will use the same analogy. It's like hanging off the edge of a cliff and being held by a thin piece of string whilst waiting for a rope. You know, he is the string. He's all I got. Right now, he is all we got. With all due respect to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's delivering. I love Cole Palmer. Right now, Madueke as well over the last 2 games. Cool, keep it up. Do you know what I mean? It's all little bits and pieces, and Gallagher is a piece. Simple as that. And you let him go, I think you expose the midfield even more. So I honestly, I'm looking at this story and analysing it on the perspective of the manager wants to keep him, but the club want to get rid because it's going to generate loads of money. If that. So I'm looking at this and honestly thinking, how is this going to end? Where is this going to go? Is Pochettino going to get his wish or not? That's the question marks we're going to find out this transfer window. Now, the one thing, like I said, I agree with Pochettino is on the fact that he wants to keep Gallagher. Absolutely cool, right? Because he gives blood, sweat and tears and he has improved individually. But the one thing I disagree with Poch here is that is the emphasis on having to build a core of English players. Why? Why does it have to be English? You know, I appreciate the logic in terms of maybe what Chelsea used to have, JT and Lamps and all of that, but part of that core wasn't English. Czech wasn't English, Didier wasn't English. Do you know what I mean? It's not all about the nationality. You have to understand it's about who's good enough, who's going to deliver, who's got it, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean English. And to be honest, I've got to be real here. If you're not Jude Bellingham or you're not Harry Kane, there's not really much English that you can build a core around, if we're being completely honest right now. Yeah? That's just the reality of the situation. The England team speaks for itself. There's some good players there, but it's not exactly, you know, shining with unbelievable talent all across the place. You have players with flaws. No one's perfect. So to try and look at the Chelsea situation and build around an English core where all you got is Gallagher and you have Sterling and you've got Levi Colwill, that's not really a core that's going to take you places, if we're being completely real right now. But Gallagher is definitely a player that I would want to keep. However, who's got the footballing ability and who's got the full package is the player that you need to build a core around, which is why I'm stressing, go out there and get a bloody spine. And Conor Gallagher can then compete with that and see if he's going to actually step up to that occasion and be one of the best, or if he's going to be a squad player, which even at that level I would take, because I would love to have in a top squad with Gallagher being a squad member, someone I can rely on off the bench. Absolutely, because I know that he will deliver. So there's that. Pochettino, though, I genuinely don't think is being listened to. This is the problem. The problem is that I think the club want to sell Gallagher. The club don't want to listen to Pochettino, but Pochettino is the manager and he wants to play Gallagher right now. And Gallagher knows that, so he's not going to force anything because he knows he's going to play. Up until when Poch is out the door, then maybe he's in trouble. But even then, he's in no rush. But Chelsea have an opportunity to make the money right now. If not, it's going to get too late because his contract is running down. Do you see the conflict of interest that there is here? So someone's put it perfectly. Now I want to show you this because I think this is bang on the money. Check this out. If Winstanley can't negotiate a contract with a player that has openly said that he would sign anything and whose family are lifelong Chelsea fans, then give him the boot. It's been pretty clear that Conor Gallagher wants to stay at Chelsea. By any means, I think, and I'm going to argue this, I think Gallagher wants to stay at Chelsea much more than Mason Mount did. if we're being completely real. Because even Conor Gallagher, albeit with respect, yes, Mace came through the academy and all of that. So did Conor. But Conor, on top of that, has a background, has parents who are Chelsea fans, he's had Chelsea all around him, right? This is genuinely his club. Mason Mount, with all due respect, came from Portsmouth, and you can understand, right? Maybe it's not 100% all in. But with Conor, I think it's more. And he shows that when he's playing. Now, on top of that, this is absolutely true. If you can't negotiate with a player like Gallagher to stay at his club, right, then there's either two things. Either you're absolutely crap at your job, or you don't want to put anything on the table for him in the first place. I think Chelsea are happy to put an 8-year deal on the table, right, and then make it look like, oh no, Conor doesn't want to sign. When in reality, this whole Conor Gallagher story will be sorted tomorrow if you give him a 4-year deal. Tomorrow. I could bet a house on it. Here's a contract, 4 years, sign it. Best believe he is signing that immediately. And anyone that thinks otherwise, come on, be realistic here. So this is why I'm certain for more of the times that we hear, even Fabrizio. Let's check this. Let's check this again. Look at what this is quoted from Fabrizio. Contract talks between Chelsea and Conor Gallagher are there, but they are not easy. Conversations are ongoing, but nothing is guaranteed. I don't buy it. If Chelsea went, here's a 4-year deal, mate. Easy deal. Easy. Conor would sign immediately. I am certain. This is making it seem like it's a gigantic task. You could not have an easier player to sign. You could not. So, for me, Chelsea don't want to give him something to sign. They want to sell. That's the point. And I think it's bonkers. The only way, I got to be honest, the only way I would look at the Conor Gallagher deal and go, he's leaving Chelsea and I'm going to be okay with it, you better get the replacement of a flipping, Modric in his prime or something. Like I need something top tier for me to be rest assured that there has been a proper upgrade brought in on Conor. That's the only way I put that to bed. And even then, I would love to have an upgrade anyway and then have Conor as the backup, without question. But you can't have everything that you want in life. So if it were to happen, don't get no 17 or 19-year-old or some prospect that you got generated up from the scouting data that you run alongside Burnley and all the MLS clubs, artificial intelligence propping up all the data of players that we should go in for on the cheap because they're 19. I don't want that to replace Conor. No. And talking about that, well, check this out. Chelsea are interested in signing 17-year-old top talent David Odogu from Wolfsburg. Initial talks have taken place. Honestly. This is absolutely. I've lost the words. I've lost the words in terms of what needs to be said now for us going after all these children. I lost the word. I mean, he's not a child, he's 17, but in footballing terms, he's a kid, yeah? What are we doing? Look, if we're going to rebuild Stamford Bridge at this rate, yeah, we need to have like a nursery building attached to the stadium where we can stick all of these kids in. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, we need to stop, man. This is getting stupid. Now. Like, what are we doing? Where are all these players going to go? I'm being serious. We have to build a nursery. We actually have to build a nursery here. We have no space to fit in all these kids. It's incredible. It's incredible, man. Look, 2-3 players that you're looking to get, which we already have when you think about it. Cool. A Kendry Pyers who's going to be monumental. Fantastic. Cool. Stop. End it there. You can't scout and get all the flipping 16, 17-year-olds in world football. Stop. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, we got the Senegalese kid, didn't we? Stop. That's enough. Mate, this is what I'm scared of. We let go players of Gallagher and we get these kids in. Honestly. Now, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And we'll see what happens by later on. We might get even more news of more kids coming through. Anyway, that's the Chelsea sect done. That's the Chelsea saga over. Let's move to the big story elsewhere before we wrap up. And it's coming from none other than, funnily enough, Birmingham City. Birmingham City have sacked Wayne Rooney. Rooney won just 2 of his 15 championship matches in charge of the club as they slipped from 6th to 20th in the table. So they've sacked Wayne Rooney. This is absolutely no surprise. No surprise. And it just goes to show. Just because someone's got coaching badges, just because someone was a top player, it doesn't mean they're going to be a good manager. Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken, were in a playoff position when he took over. Am I right? 5th or 6th. Somewhere around there. Yeah, now they're 20th. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And then Wayne Rooney came out with this. I would like to thank Tom Wagner, Tom Brady and Gary Cook for the opportunity to manage Birmingham City and the support they all gave me during my short period of the club. Football is a results business and I recognise they have not been at the level I wanted them to be. However, time is the most precious commodity a manager requires and I do not believe 13 weeks was sufficient to oversee the changes that were needed. I'm sorry, but that does not fly. It does not fly. We have to stress this. We have to stress, when results are this bad, I'm sorry, you're gone. You're gone. That's the reality. And like I said, now more than ever, it seems like we've gone backwards. At a time when looking long term and actually giving time was on the table, right? All of a sudden, it started to become fashionable to get rid of managers very quickly. And now that managers do get kicked out very quickly, everyone's like, no, but we got to give time. Back then, money wasn't in the game and you could afford to give time. Now, when you're in a playoff position and you're on the brink of making it to the Premier League, or if you keep up the run of form, you give yourself a chance of making it to the Premier League, you give yourself a chance of massive income, you give yourself a chance of promotion. And then you find yourself 20th in the space of 13 matches because in the space of 13 games, they've only won 15. They've lost 13, I think. They've won 2 out of 15 matches. I'm sure there's a couple of draws in there or somewhere. But they lost a lot of games. You're gone. You're gone. Simple as that. Simple as that. It is a results-based business. And if you aren't able to deliver in the short term, you can't convince anybody on the long term. It's as simple as that. So, Wayne Rooney's been sacked. Correctly so. This was a poor hire in the first place, if we're being real. Yeah, poor hire. Very experimental. Hasn't got enough. For Birmingham City in the Championship, you could argue maybe it was worth the risk. But is it worth the risk? Look at where they are now. Probably not. Anyway, let's see who they get in next. God forbid they're going for Lampard or someone, with all due respect. But, I mean, Lampard's actually managed at a decent level, to be fair, to him and compared to Wayne Rooney. But do you know what I mean? Gerrard, Lampard, Rooney, I called it the fantastic top players. Not good managers. It's as simple as that. Not good managers. Probably shouldn't be managers. Call it a day. Go and maybe look elsewhere. Or go and hone your craft, because these guys are still young when it comes to management. Go and hone your craft, come back in 5 years and maybe you can go again, because you've got time. So, yeah, best of luck to Wayne Rooney, but just goes to show, no matter what, results come first, always. So, there it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later on for video number 2 as we get into the detail on what has happened from now up until later on this evening. And I will give you all of my thoughts then. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded. Smash like button if you have enjoyed this. Check out the socials on screen and in the description. And I'll see all of you later on for video number 2. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.